But I think you just have to evaluate every bug differently. And I've explained my logic of the turn 1 F6. It's just your opponent has drawn a new card and you've drawn a new card. The dynamic of the match has shifted, you know? You don't have the same cards in hand. Their turn 1 sequence might be different. I don't think that it's good to just pass back against the turn 1 F6. I think I'm going to wait till turn 2 to path this. You can also draw a Terminus here. It's not like we have anything else to do on turn 2, and I don't like ramping your opponent on turn 1 is pretty bad for us, right? Well, now that I've drawn Counterbalance, I'll play it. Now I wish I had path. What are you gonna do? I will take a 2-drop or a Terminus on top. There's a Mystic Sanctuary. That wasn't on the list of things I was willing to have on top. Yikes. Yeah, super duper punished. Got an Archmage's Charm. I kind of feel like we need to force this. Let me go ahead and path a Sprite Dragon and see if they counter this path, like with some weird main deck counter spell. I'd rather force that, but I think this dart has got to go. We have an Archmage's Charm on top, which can counter a Light Up the Stage. Well, we're going to go to 1. It's going to be a close one. Going to be a close one. If we had just pathed on turn 1, we probably win the game. Stinks. Maybe we're supposed to even path on turn 2 instead of the Counterbalance. It's kind of how things ended up, I guess. I'll Condemn instead of using the path. F6. Really hard to win at 1 in a spot like this. Cool. I'm not a big fan of Force nor Remand in this matchup. I think we can also trim Jace the Mind Sculptor. I think Timely is fine. Not as good against this version as it is against maybe Mono Red. I think maybe we want like the first 2 Gust. And I also do like 5 mana Teferi just to have a ton of loyalty. And untap and play these 2 mana spells. I don't think I've ever played this list with 3 Counterbalance instead of 4, but you don't really want to, I think. In most matchups, you want to play turn 2 Counterbalance every single game. The second Counterbalance isn't bad, and, you know, extra copies can sometimes pitch to Force. But, like, you know, Counterbalance is the reason to play the deck, in my opinion. I'm not very interested in only playing 3. Hey, Lamp. How many trophies do I have now? 14. Kind of breaking away from the pack a bit. 1 more trophy would be pretty good. Although I'm sure I'm going to fall behind a bit over the weekend because I'm not going to play any leagues. Am I looking to play the 4-color Omnath deck? Yeah, I think that I will play the deck again. I'm not sure when. But I do think, yeah. Would I ever consider building a Blue-Red Miracles deck with Thunderous Wrath and Bonfire? I mean, both of those just seem so much worse to me than Terminus and Entreat the Angels. I'm just not sure why, like what the idea behind playing those instead are, you know? I think I want to Gust now because they could have a Spell Pierce. And Soulscar Mage is like usually really good to Gust. Because it doesn't have haste. Like, yeah, Bonfire of the Damned is a super duper cool card. Just doesn't seem better to me though. Yeah, I did have fun playing the 4-color Omnath deck. As much as I also hate to say it. Also, hello, Fran. They kept a 2-lander. Yeah, so I'm going to want to Gust the Soulscar Mage. I guess we can go Opt, Gust the Mage, and then Condemn the Swift Spear. And I'm pretty content if they just draw the Mage again and don't hit their 3rd land. They put it on the top, so they say, yeah, I'll take that. Fine with me. I tried that ranch water yet. I have no memory of talking about ranch water. Ranch water. I could go to my family's ranch and try some water there. It's fancy Texan water. Interesting. They did find the land. It's a pretty good draw. I think it's good to plus. Spoo 2, 7 months in a row. Hope you're having a good day today. I thought the Lightning Helix sound was working. Let me mess with it a bit. I'll just play it.
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
Yeah, well, I guess the Jace Plus ended up being real bad, I guess. It's kind of a bad play to tap the white source. Yeah, I think I'm gonna redo the emote with it zoomed in a bit more on Randy's face. And I'm also gonna maybe DM Randy and make sure he doesn't have like any gripes with me playing him screaming and yeah, I think the +2 emote is probably gonna be pretty easy to make. It could just be like the image of the +2 there. It seems pretty straightforward. So we know our opponent's last card is Gut Shot. So I think I might just want them to like get them to play the Gut Shot on their turn here. But if you have gripes with me using it, you know, you can go on, make a YouTube video about it, ranting about it. A garbage time emote would be interesting. Would it be like a clock of some kind? So we cast this timely, they can Gut Shot to stop it from gaining life. So I think I'll keep it but not cast it yet. Yeah, clock on a trash can. Well, I get this really is like my favorite play to make. Just bounce your own Omen, draw a card. It's pretty good. All right, so now if they got shot themselves, we can crack the fetch. I mean, I think that we just take the trade of the soldiers for the Gut Shot. It's not like a great trade. I guess if I find a 1 mana white removal spell, I'll cast it now. Fine. And they got 1 card in their hand. It's a pretty good card to have. They put 2 cards on top. Okay. Maybe we're not, you know, as far ahead as I hoped. Why not wait till end of turn to cast the Omen and Terminus? Well, I didn't know I had Terminus on top. I was casting the Omen to see if I drew like a Condemn or a Path to kill a Soulscar Mage and save my tokens. Obviously, if I knew I had Terminus, it's better to do it on instep. This can be a Mystic Sanctuary for Terminus, but I think I'd rather just bottom. If Scrollrack was modern legal, do I think Miracles would play it? I think the first copy at least would be good. Maybe 2. Probably not 4. The 4th island is, or 4th mountain is good to know about. I think most lists don't play 4. I'll just make them cast the spell in their hand. I'm not sure. I mean, they definitely are still in the game, but no, we're at 22 life, and our top decks are just on average so much better than theirs. I think I'm gonna draw 2. It's weird how Aether Gust actually seemed not that great. I feel like I underrate Gust. Like, Aether Gust is really, really good against Titan decks, and then is just like a fine card to bring in a lot of matchups. Just like efficient 1-for-1s are something that you want in a lot of matchups while not being like bananas all the time. But just you can just stop a Cavern of Souls Primeval Titan and it feels really, really good. No, it is a 1-for-1, right? Because it goes to the top of their library, not the hand. It's definitely a 1-for-1. But that it's you know, it's you know, it doesn't answer the card permanently. It just kind of, you know, deals with the card for a moment without being card disadvantage. And so it just, you know, is 2 mana, trade a resource 1-for-1, and then you know, you go from there. You keep playing, of course. You know, it beats Veil of Summer, it beats Cavern of Souls. It is good against a lot of the cards that are good against the blue-white decks and the blue decks in general. Can I see a world where I draw 4 and leave them with Swift Spear? I mean, yeah, I think both are fine. You made this. What do I think? All right, let's take a look. I think I'd rather. I think I want it to be like the loyalty symbol, like just like a picture of like the text box. That's what I was thinking. Both are fine. Yeah, just the badge, which I can do. You don't need to spend your time cutting it out for me. As much as I love Cryptic Bounce Omen, I just don't want to turn on a Spell Pierce that they could have, because this deck usually plays like a bunch of Spell Pierce in the sideboard. I may do it on my turn though. See what I draw, of course. Oh boy. We could have Miracled Entreat for 0 just to put it in the graveyard. And then Mystic Sanctuary it back. Just cast it. This hand has a few problems. We'll probably send it back here. Keep this, put back the Jace. Yeah, 5 mana 4/4 flyer is just a Serra Angel, and Serra Angel is the best control finisher ever printed. What made me decide to swap Timely and Mystical Dispute numbers? So, good question. I'm glad you asked. So these are the 9 cards I want to cut against the Omnath Uro piles, and I realized that I think like I already had 9 cards for the matchup, so the 10th one in Dispute felt a little unnecessary, and I think that allowed me to play the second Timely. Although it could of course you could play a different card in that slot. It doesn't have to be Timely. I'm kind of that's definitely a spot that's a little up in the air. It could also be a Kahira, but if I ever put Kahira back in the deck, everyone's gonna freak out and ask me about it forever. I may be an Omnath control streamer soon, Gareth. We'll see. Not so high on Anthonice. No, not really. I mean, I guess Taxes is kind of on the decline, but Anthonice is just not very good against Taxes. Let me play around Spell Pierce. It's kind of bad against a haste creature. Looking for Terminus there, of course. Also, Condemn is pretty good in this deck. Anthonice, I think, is better in, like, Sharkblade. Yeah, if I ever played Kihira again, everyone would lose their mind. Are we dead? I think we're dead. It's crazy. Oh, no, they only have 1 mountain. Might still be dead. Go to 1? If they sack the dart, which they should, right? I think Taxes is good too. I don't expect it to stay down for too long. Alright, the win streak had to end at some point. That's why. Last time I was in your stream, I took your list and got back-to-back trophies. Awesome. What was the list? That is a great review of twitch.tv/aspiringspike. The Boyo-proof Breach deck I think is quite good. If this league doesn't go great, or if I'm feeling a little burned out, but I still want to keep streaming, I may. Oh no. Goblins? Oh man, well I'm glad we have the Torpor Orbs. But this matchup is hard with Spellskite? This matchup is hard without the Torpor Orbs. I'm going to save the opts, I imagine, to Terminus on turn 4 by Mystic Sanctuarying this and then opting. I thought I put that on the bottom, not the top opponent. Maybe I should have forced. Yeah, I think the Jeskai deck is really good. Maybe we'll play some zombies after this. Are you guys down for that? Grixis? You're not sure if I'm joking? Joking about what? Goblins is a really hard matchup for control, although they're playing a weird version. That time, maybe. That's awesome. It's always so cool to hear when you guys talk about buying decks I make. I just think that's so neat. It's Grixis with Kiki, Exarch, and Pestamite. Is this like a deck that did well? I'm gonna wait on the Terminus until this happens every time. Not every time I like just don't kill a Snoop as soon as possible. They just have something on top that makes it kind of awkward. I mean, we're not dead here. Although, what did our Tron opponent say the other day? Wait, I was playing Goblins for a Dono deck last week, and my Tron opponent was like, I had the Sling Gangs in my hand 2 games in a row, and my Tron opponent said, you miss lethal 2 games in a row, just attack me, and I said I have both slingings in my hand, and like they said just attack me with the snoops. Just attack me with the snoops. That's 2 times you've missed lethal. They were so confident. It was you have infinite snoops, why not kill me? I don't know, it was funny. And then I said that they enter tapped, and I think they argued with me again or something like that. Can't remember. Oh yeah, are you 4-0'd with the Jeskai Turns deck? That's awesome. The deck is really, really fun. Like that deck and the Rogues deck were really, really fun to like make and play, but they're not, great decks. But Modern does feel like a format right now where you can just kind of play your fun deck and do reasonably well with it, which I do think is a good sign for the overall health of Modern. Yes, you can make snoops in your opponent's instep, which is what I was doing. I did do that, but my opponent was, telling me I punted. But I did do it, and I did do that. Dude, opponent's deck is awesome. We are just gonna, Terminus them out of this world. Yeah, with the Jund 5-0 is consistent. If Jund is always 5-0ing, it's a good sign. So I guess they have a Exarch or Pestermite, right? Their deck is kind of cool, because like the Goblins deck already wants to play Kiki. And so you play like multiple Kikis, and then you play Kiki. You can play just, Yeah, you just get to play the Pestermite combo. It's kind of interesting. I like the idea. You've done well on paper with my Sublime Wreck deck. Yeah, I remember that deck being really good. I just haven't been that interested in Pioneer. I feel so ungrateful because people want me to play Pioneer, and I just haven't been that into it lately. And I won the PTQ. I still haven't streamed Pioneer again. Like Pioneer has been so kind to me, and I've been so bad to Pioneer. I'm gonna play 1 Counterbalance, 2 Gust. Pioneer felt fine when I played it. It was okay. This Condemn's not very good. Do I want to dispute against them? Probably play. They're a blue deck. It's probably fine to play 1. Why do I play Tails In? It's for the Omnath matchups, but it's also good against basically every blue deck. Mono Green Tron and Oopsal spells, and sometimes sometimes you find other weird applications for it. Is it worth it to put a stop in your draw step so they can't tell? It probably is, but I just don't feel like taking the time to do so. Yes, you get an edge for doing that, but it also it just is a second of your life every single time you take a draw step, and I'd rather just keep the pace up. I'll keep this. Yeah, there is an option on MTGO for bluffing miracles. So yeah, you use that instead of the stop on the draw step. But it is also, it feels like mostly you're just wasting both players' times. I'm gonna play around Tails End by fetching now. Well, my camera is shaky because my knee is on my desk and I'm just kind of kicking it right now. But if I just take my knee down, it solves the problem. Alright, so we'll let this trigger resolve. They'll get Kiki Jiki, and in response to the first Snoop activation, we'll Gust. What's my Modern trophy count? I just got my 14th last league. Which is okay. The blue splash for goblins seems to be for counter spells and Pestermite or Deceiver Exarch. It's a combo with the Kiki Jiki that the deck is already playing. With what deck? I mean, I've 5-0'd with lots of different decks. Oh, with this deck is what I just 5-0'd with. But a lot of trophies from Miracles and Sharkblade and Jeskai and 2 with zombies and got 1 Omnath 5-0 yesterday. Just kind of been winning a lot lately. Yeah, I do anticipate that I'll be working on the Omnath decks, yes. I think that they're pretty good. I'm going to keep both of these. I know that we are looking for a land. We can still find one if we draw a card with Opt. But this stops the combo, and Dispute stops them having a counterspell for the orb. So I think this is worth doing here. I mean, I would like to get 1 Angel, but what are you going to do? What's our record today? 5-1. We 5-0'd the first league, and we lost the first match of this league. And then we were 9-1 with the deck on Wednesday. Thoughts on Deliberate, since you can Sanctuary it back. It just is worse than Omen, in my opinion. The fact that you can sack Omen to Scry 2 is so relevant, and you can also bounce it with Teferi and Cryptic. But being able to Sanctuary Deliberate, it is relevant. I'm not denying that, but it just doesn't seem to be as relevant. Wait, the orb stops the Harbinger, right? Why are they doing this? Oh, they're doing it so if they can just, like, if they have another Harbinger in hand, they win, right? Opponent says hee hee in chat. Wait, why did they stop? I'm so confused. Jace the Mind Sculptor! Opponent's clearly a fan of the stream if they're going to +2. They put a card on top. Oh, now I wish if only we had the +2 emote already made. I've boarded in Torpor Orb against a couple Uro decks. Dude, we would have been just dead if they had brainstormed and made infinite snoops. Jace plus Snoop is kind of a combo. Wait, they plussed again? Which of course is correct and the only thing you should ever do. I guess they put a card on top and we need land, so I guess we're gonna scry too. Huh. So we can Archmage's Charm into Terminus. Seems okay. If they +2 targeting me, I'm going to respond with the Charm. That Jace the Mind Sculptor was a great anime screech. It's exactly what I try to go for on this stream. Dude, Jace, casting Snoop and Jace seems so tough. And also playing black. And Kiki Jiki. Oof, boy. How'd they get that Jace? They cast it. They just cast the card. They tapped 4 mana for it. I mean, Sling Gang is just a 4 mana 1/1 because of Orb. Opponent says this is a Jace plus game. I guess they are a fan of the stream, huh? Okay, I'm gonna not play around Spell Pierce or Dispute. I have not been hatted today, no. I have been hated today. Just like every day. If they Mystic Sanctuary back this Remand, it's gonna be spice. Which episode is Hated in the Nation? Is that the That's the one with the kid, right? All right, Todd, which hat would you like? The big one or the smaller one? If you pick the smaller one, I'll wear it for longer. I think it goes good with my shirt. The pig one, I see. Yeah, I think that one was like just such a bad episode to be the first episode of the show. The big one, obviously. Good answer. Let me think for a second. I'm just gonna pass. Modest of Mind, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you, buddy. Hope you're having a good day today. We're playing against a pretty interesting Goblins deck. It's splashing blue for the Kiki Jiki combo and Jace the Mind Sculptor and counter spells, apparently. Orb is putting in some serious work. We know they have a Jace the Mind Sculptor in their hand, so we have to be a little aware of that. Alright, I'll wait one more turn on the Jace. Big hat goes well with my big and smooth brain. Hell yeah. I need someone to tell me Koth the Hammer is modern playable. Yeah, Koth the Great Hammer is the best 4-mana planeswalker in the format. You're really smart for playing it, and everything about it is good. It's probably worth Terminusing. It feels a little silly, but life total's not very high right now. I can do better, come on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But he wasn't sorry. So their last card, their one unknown is a counterspell, I guess. Yeah, Koth kills Jace the turn it comes down. Hell yeah. Dual decks Koth versus Jace. I've played 4-mana Teferi in Modern, and the card is not bad. The card is not bad. It just isn't better than Jace in most situations. I kind of like it in Blue Moon because Jace isn't very good when you have Blood Moon in play, but what are you gonna do? Sorry that the emotes or the notifications have been such a mess. London Mulligan is your friend. Try to get white mana into play as soon as you possibly can, so you know Terminus can be miracled as soon as turn 2. And my third hot tip of the deck is don't oftentimes you're gonna want to just wait till you can try to find a Terminus off of Opt, and so, I'm not too inclined to just cast Opt on turn 1 because it can just spike a Terminus potentially. Yeah, also just blind flip a lot. That's what I do. And a lot of people are like, Spike, how do you win so much with miracles? I just blind flip constantly. Just constantly have perfect cards on top of my library. Yeah, be a golden god. There's a Condemn on top. I think against 3/1 drops, we're going to need to find a Terminus, so I'm going to shuffle. Get a tapped Hallowed Fountain. I'm feeling pretty good about this matchup overall because I have 2 timelies. But can definitely lose. So we'll draw a Terminus here. Whoops, sorry, I meant to draw a Terminus. It's kind of a punt. My bad. You're going to want to do it after the Goblin Guide trigger, because possibly we'll be digging 1 card deeper. There's a Path to Exile on top. Gonna bottom. We're going to find a Terminus. Yeah. Wow, sorry guys. Another punt. My bad. Yeah, the last deck was a Grixis Kiki Goblins deck. Seemed okay. Can we get a Lightning Helix? Alright, my finger's on the trigger. I almost bought... I don't own Jaces in paper yet. I almost bought them, but I bought a Sea Monsters EDH deck instead. I mean, I'm sorry. I just have been... It's just back-to-back punts. Let's keep forgetting to draw Terminus. I'll try to do it now. I don't know, we could draw something else instead. I'll try to draw Teferi Time Raveler instead of Terminus. My bad. That one's on me. Try not to play so poorly in this next game. So I'm actually not a big fan of Terminus in this matchup. Like, we bring in a ton of spot removal, and Terminus is, like, hard to just rely on, and a lot of times in the late game they just don't have a creature in play. So I'm gonna cut those. I also like the one hero over the third Jace because it has a lot of loyalty. And Teferi gets better when you bring in like all these gusts and purges. Good job, Liquid. Good job taking the flu shot like a pro. Oh yeah, we could have Jace plus there. Why Teferi gets better with those 2 mana spells? Because Teferi pluses 1 and you untap with 2 mana up, and that's a really powerful sequence. And so in game 1 we only have like remands to hold up with this configuration. But once you bring in purges and gust, and you can just go Teferi plus 1, purge or gust in the same turn. It's a very, very powerful line to take. Jewel Lotus banned an Oathbreaker. Oh man, I played some Oathbreaker. It's kind of fun. I don't know if we played it right. The way we played it, we had a Planeswalker as our commander, and then we got a signature spell that we could only play with our commander already in play. And both of those use like the commander tax as well. And my choice was Tezzeret the Seeker and Mana Severance, so I could Mana Severance all my lands and then get a Goblin Charbelcher and kill my opponent. I guess I'm going to keep this hand. I don't really like it, though. Yeah, it was the deck was fun to build. Me and my friends, this was a long time ago, a couple of years now. But it was fun to build the decks. My friend Dalton built a Gideon of the Gideon Blackblade plus Armageddon, and built Karn the Great Creator plus All Is Dust, and those were really good. Entreat the Angels on top. I'll scribe that to the bottom. Oh, he also built I think Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and then Approach of the Second Sons. But then we found out Approach of the Second Sons only works when you cast it from your hand. And so it just like didn't work. It's kind of funny. But the Karn the Great Creator deck had a good matchup against my Tezzeret the Seeker deck. It's pretty brutal. Ooh, another fetch on top is bad. Although we do get to draw it off the guide at least. Good sequencing here to cast the bolts when they know we have the Delta. We're about to draw it off the guide. Timely reinforcements, come on. Just gonna put this over here with the rest of the lands. Yikes. Yeah, I think no Lurrus is usually a sign of Incinerator. But a lot of burn lists just don't play the Lurrus, and it's incorrect in my opinion to not play Lurrus. Omen of the Sea on top. I'll take it, I guess. Guess this guy. We're in really bad shape, though. Really bad shape. Spike, you want to go home. I give you permission. Whoever is keeping you away from home, tell them I said you could go. I think I'm just going to leave the 2 on top. Yeah, we could fetch and try to blind flip, but I think I'm not gonna. We could die here, I guess. But what's a little dying between friends? No! Oh no, what a punt. I needed to fetch first. Yikes. Have I seen that ally modern list that went 5-0? Is it a mill deck? I've seen them. There's a guy in my like local area who used to play ally mill. Just straight allies. I don't know. I mean, any deck can 5-0. Guess our hot streak had to end at some point. Cryptic Command on top. Straight Up Mill by Paula Abdul. Yeah, it may just be zombie time. I'm kind of down for that. Already got our 5-0 with Miracles today. I'm not quite dead. Ratchet Bomb has got it going on. To draw 1, I have waited for so long. Remy, can't you see? There's 0 CMC. I'm in love with Ratchet Bomb. Got a break from Jeskai. I already played Jeskai twice this week. I try not to play the same deck, you know, like every day. I was hoping to draw a Condemn off of this and flip a 2. Flip a 2! It's a counterbalance though. Like we can't really win. Oh no, we're shuffling. We're shuffling. Okay. Okay, everything's fine. In fact, we're even ahead. Maybe I was supposed to get back Gust. No, let's just draw Timely instead. Yeah, I just don't understand the like random Ratchet Bob in the allies deck is so weird. Alright. We're doing great. We're back. We're actually, I think, just doing fine right now. Just one good counterbalance flip is all it took. This is the best Omnath deck, trust me, Spike. Sprawl is good, but it's kind of weird in the Field of the Dead deck I found. It's probably fine. Oh, awesome. That's cool. Simon, are you not a mod in the... I didn't realize you weren't a mod in here. There you go. I'm going to path this now so my opponent doesn't have info about counterbalance. Invalid username. What? I copied and pasted. There we go. Let me see if I can send out a tweet. I was on the Faithless Brewing podcast this week. I like those guys a lot. And we just kind of, you know, shot the shit about Magic a bit without, you know, usually they like to like kind of do a brew on the podcast. So we just kind of talked about formats and kind of like conceptually getting better as a player and getting better at brewing, that kind of stuff. Dude, winning this game would be wild. It would be so cool. How are we ahead this game? What happened? What happened that all of a sudden we're just ahead? Maybe ahead is a bit too much. We're doing okay. How's that? Is that better? 9, 3 months in a row. Welcome back. Appreciate ya. Love your content. Always having a good time here. Let me play the clip for you. I will edit the notification sounds. Maybe tonight. Probably tonight. Before tomorrow's stream. But there you go. That one's for you. I don't think I'm supposed to go for the Entreat yet. Yeah, dude, if they cast Sudden Shock, it would be so cool. Yeah, I feel bad for the slow roll there. Just have to go get a Tums. Got some acid reflex. Koji, thank you for continuing that gifted sub. That's one of my favorite messages to see. Yeah, I don't really, I mean, we had some lucky counterbalance flips. That's what happened. I don't have only one white. I can get a Prairie stream. You only have one white. I think we are supposed to make an angel here. It's kind of dicey. Yeah, if they have 2 burn spells, we could die. But I think we're supposed to put... I think we're just not supposed to play around 2 in this spot. Maybe we were, but I'm not right now. Wait, why not wait until we cast the Entreat? Yeah, maybe that's better. I'm only going to make 1 angel so I can keep the Gust up. Did your presentation go well, Tree Sample? That's one of my favorite things about not having a day job anymore, is not having, like, you know, a boss I need to impress and make sure every interaction with my boss goes well, you know? Wait, do they have Searing Blaze? Why are they fetching? They left in Searing Blaze. They didn't even need to fetch. That's what they get for leaving in Searing Blaze, is Omen of the Sea. Blind flipping. Don't feel bad about that at all. I think I'll just keep a 2 on top. Yeah, it's really not hard to impress Twitch chat. Earlier I was just pressing, oh my god, it's Lightning Helix over and over and just getting gifted subs. It was crazy. That's all I was doing, was pushing a button. So weird. No, I don't think Snapcaster would be all that good in this deck. Yeah, chat are simple folk for sure. The Friday sub sound is Randy. That would be interesting, having a different sub sound for each day of the week. Opponent is struggling over there. Can you do the sound clip? I want to see something. I can do it when I get a subscriber. We're already overplaying it, I think. I don't know that I want to push my luck too much. Alright, a chest. There you go. You guys have earned it. And the crowd goes wild. He did it. He played the clip. He's got a new joke, a brand new joke on twitch.tv/aspiring spike. I thought we only had the same jokes told over and over and over again. I can't believe it. It's an old joke with a new joke smell. It's exactly true. Opponent's playing so slowly. I mean, it's hard to play around Counterbalance. But no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try to get out of this, I will just counter every spell they play. I don't know why, but I feel like Aether Gust is more likely to make them concede than Cryptic. Doesn't really matter either way. We get to go to game 3, baby. I thought for sure we were done for. Won the game without even timely. How did that happen? We were just so behind. We were just so behind. They had all lands in hand. Then everything went perfect for like 6 turns. Luis is gifting 5 subs. If you guys are interested to get into Twitch, it's really just not that hard. You just like get like one funny clip of Randy Bueller yelling, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes to be successful on Twitch.
Oh, it's lightning helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
5 plays for 5 subs. Nah. I've established 1 play per gift, batch of gifted subs. I do appreciate it, but them's the rules. I appreciate it, Luis. Man, can you imagine how successful I'd be on Twitch if I could think of a new joke every single week? If I could think of 1 new joke a week, I would be the biggest MTG streamer on Twitch. But the chances of that happening are super duper low at the rate that I usually make jokes. It's usually like 1 joke every 6 months. But that's a good rate because that's about how long it takes to run one same joke into the ground. Just absolutely run the joke into the ground until it's just so unfunny and everybody's sick of it. I love how you got that all shucks sorry, those are the rules when I'm the one setting the rules. Yeah, I know it's pretty bad, but what are you gonna do? I am the biggest blue-white modern player for a US daytime streamer. That is true. Anybody is the biggest or best in a category if you add enough qualifiers, right? It's kind of a life hack. If you want to be the best at something, just add a ton of qualifiers until you are the only one that fits the criteria you've set. I didn't even notice we were on a hype train. It's cool. Yeah. Honestly, for someone like me who just loves telling the same jokes over and over again, it is really nice. In an environment like Twitch where they just like for you to say the same things over and over again. Yeah, I think that I'll add the spikelings too, or I'm not sure exactly what part of this bit, but I think that I will add a part of it to the sub notification sounds.
Madcap Judd, whoa!
Luis gifted. Are these part of the same subs? I'll play the sound anyways. I'll play the sound real quick. Or wait, no, this can be the first time. All right, this one's for Luis. This is
me, your friend, aspiring Spike. Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark Typhoon. Today we're playing Madcap Judd. Whoa! Is Madcap Experiment broken in Modern? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Let's find out today on the Shark Typhoon. What?
I'm not sure what part of that. Not the whole thing. Not the whole thing, but I think part of that would be good. Is this a Nikachu impression? It's just kind of a caricature of high energy streamers when I'm just not a high energy person. And if you're a high energy streamer, great. That's genuinely great for you, and that's like the exact thing. It's very good for you that you are one, because that's what you get really rewarded for being high energy on Twitch, and I'm just not. And that was kind of like an impression of people who fake it, I guess, because that's what I would be doing if I, acted like that all the time. But some people just are high energy, and that's like why they're successful streamers to some extent, is because they just are naturally like that, and I'm just not. I always seem to start the stream really high energy. It's usually because I just had like coffee. I mean, sometimes I get high energy, but it's not always. I also like the beginning of the streams are usually my favorite parts because it's smaller. There's less people in there. I get to talk to people, and everybody that's in there is usually a big fan, someone who's there all the time, and so I always really enjoyed the beginning of the streams because of that. I think I'm gonna wait on the timely. Kind of would like to timely with Gust up. Just jumping on the hype train with 100 bits. All right, Mr. Pope, 555, 5 months in a row. Appreciate ya. I promise to have the notifications fixed tomorrow. But until then. Yeah, I think I'll Cryptic Command any burn spell here, and it's not impossible that we don't die, but not very likely that we die, I think. That's awesome, Papa. It's really cool. Congrats. Excellent work. So yeah, I don't feel like it's very likely we die. They're gonna draw up to 3 cards, and so it'd have to be exactly 3 1-mana burn spells, and it's not. That's pretty good though. So I could not read the card maybe, and then not understand that this stops me from gaining life, but instead I will read the card and see that this can stop me from gaining life and not play into it. Yeah, the fact that you can Gust, Gust is like the worst. I think rolling Vortex would be really good in Modern if Gust didn't exist. But Gust exists and Vortex is just not that good, I think. I think I want my opponent to cast the Vortex into Charm next turn, so I'm going to Gust now. Yeah, I could maybe split it up into 3 different sections and have, just like have a lot of different notification sounds. I also may make a part of that like the follow notification. What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike. Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark Typhoon. And I need to dig up. It may not be available anymore, but that clip of Gab saying, "I'm the most prolific brewer in Pioneer and Modern." My opponent put the Vortex on top, and they're not playing it here. A little weird. I guess makes some sense. I think I'm gonna cast Omen here. Maybe draw 2 with Charm. It would be consistent with our one-stroke stream philosophy to break up the sound clip into multiple bits. Yeah, I think so too. That is the kind of the fun thing about keeping toying with the same joke over and over again, is like it does change and evolve as time goes on. The Aspiring Texan clip. I can't remember what this one is. I try, damn it, but that cleaving shield cannot be countered by a counter target spell. Sure, if you've got a nimble obstructionist, you can give it your damnedest, but not with your Remands, Cryptics, Counterbalance. None of the good stuff. None of the good stuff. I try, damn it, but that cleaving shield cannot be countered by counter target. Oh, you found it? That's awesome. Now I don't have to dig it up. Yeah, I think I want this clip. I think.
Yeah, Spike's definitely the most prolific brewer in Modern and Pioneer.
Luis is gifting another sub.
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
It's awesome.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna copy the URLs real quick. Opponent decides to cast Skullcrack. Good decision, opponent. Well, what am I gonna do here? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna cast the Skullcrack? I could not cast Skullcrack too. Those are my options. Auto-tuned Randy Bueller? Whoa, I'm gonna write that down too. This will be fun. This will be fun to put together, I think. I'm sure we could maybe find some good Esther notification sound. Oh yeah, the how does he do it clip. Yeah, there's a lot of good clips. What's the important question clip? Oh man. I think honestly, I still cringe thinking about it, but Esther came in here one day and she said, "Hey, I've got an important question." And I said, "Yeah, there's the clip. We can watch it together, or we'll listen to it." As Esther, my life partner and love of my life, came in one day had this to ask.
An important question for you.
Okay, I'm scared.
Would you still date me if I was a Lolita?
You heard me say I'm scared because I knew that she was gonna say something ridiculous because she has absolutely no filter.
An important question for you.
Okay, I'm scared.
Would you still date me if I was a Lolita?
I feel like you don't know what that word means.
A Lolita or important question?
I both. Both, definitely both. I think you don't know.
You don't know.
Okay, well, how about we just both don't know? So Esther thought, and she's not completely wrong. That
I don't know what you mean by Lolita.
Lolita means like the Lolita fashion, like really frilly dresses and stuff.
All right. Well,
Certainly has a very different connotation on the internet. But everything about that clip is really funny, but I still just cringe from it. You were there when I was there. I was there when the question was asked live. As soon as she said, "I have an important question," I knew that I knew I couldn't stop it. I knew I couldn't stop it. But I knew it was gonna be bad. Sorry, what was the clip? If you scroll up, you can click on it. It's a very important question. Please just plus the Jace. Actually, I'm going to do it here to bottom the vortex. Please just plus the Jace. Please. Wait, they're not bolting it. Start working on her Sphinx costume for Halloween. It's kind of cool. Clip URL on theme. Yeah, you're right. The how does he do it part of the miracles one would be good. I agree. I bottomed the path through another path. This game's over. I'm really shocked that we won this match. We were incredibly behind like the whole time, and I guess not the whole time, just in game 2. Oh, the invincible. Yeah, we've got a lot of good moments. Got a lot of good moments from the stream. Oh, I see Blackwing. Yeah, definitely in garbage time. Opponent also has 2 minutes on the clock. How am I, the Miracles player, up 11 minutes on my burn opponent? It's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, they had to tank whether or not to Skullcrack my timely reinforcements. The chess clock would be really hard to do in paper. I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's also not very beginner friendly to have a chess clock in paper. You know, in chess, it's like way more obvious whose turn it is. We only need to make 4 angels, but I'm going to make 5. Will I do any cube draft on stream? I don't currently plan on doing it. I actually trophied twice last night on cube. I was playing a little bit yesterday off stream. It's just like limited. Like if you don't regularly do cube streams, I keep this. I know some people are are really in for it, but those are my concerns. I think I may want to path a turn 2 mana guy, so I'm going to hold a path here. It's the Boyle deck, I see. I could do a later evening bonus cube stream. I could, but it's also just tough to, like, you know, I stream 30 hours during the week, and I also do a weekend tournament usually, and I, you know, play other Magic off stream in preparation for the stream. I try to spend some time with Esther, and it's just tough, you know. Thanks, Lamp. Yeah, I know that people would watch. I know that people would watch, but you know, I really am just trying to make an effort to grow as much as I can. I'm really on my grind right now. All right, these Terminuses have not been great draws. How's the? I haven't watched the Queen's Gambit all week. I've just been watching election coverage nonstop, really. Yeah, this week in particular has been very unproductive for me. I think there's something to not wanting to force myself into playing Modern. That's true. Yeah, I think if I ever start to dislike Modern, I'm not going to just make myself play it. Another Terminus on top. It's actually kind of cute because if they go for Through the Breach, we can Miracle the Terminus. But that's 3 in a row. Yeah, no, it hasn't been like a great mental experience for me to just be sitting watching the election coverage 24/7. But I don't know. I get a lot of anxiety, and I really hate waking up to bad news. These draws, dude. I get a lot of anxiety, and I really hate waking up to bad news, so I just like have to watch. Don't know how much sense that makes. Alright, thank you, Counterbalance, making up for our draws a bit. Yeah, this match is like the inverse of how we usually draw. Alright, I think we just have to jam. It is also possible here that they are on the Timu's Kiki Jiki deck and not Through the Breach. Because I know Timu is playing like Peak and Serum Visions and stuff, and I haven't been. It's kind of fine, right? Oh wait, did I have a land drop to play? No. Okay, I played the Sanctuary. I guess I was also not supposed to play my land here. But I imagine they have a lot of 3 mana counter spells. I'm also, I think, okay if they have another Bolts. Snap Bolts, sure. We have a 3 on top right now. The 20th land in Esper Shadow. That sounds pretty good. We could die to land plus... Oh, no, so they can't Kiki combo now that they've already attacked. Maybe I was supposed to try to Miracle Entreat instead. So our top card is currently Terminus. We'll keep that in mind. Don't think it's super likely we get to counter a 6-drop. Okay, I'll just Mystic Sanctuary this. It is our last Sanctuary, which kind of stinks, but it's decent value. Yeah, so Temu is a pretty popular, is well known for playing Blue Moon in Modern, and has recently adopted our blue-red boil-proof mana base, although has changed it a bit because I don't like the island very much. Has changed it a bit to get to play. This is our last Jace. Maybe we wait. Has changed the mana base a bit to get to play to get to play islands, and is playing the Kiki combo instead of the Through the Breach plan, which is interesting. It's been something I've been meaning to try out. Maybe I'll try to make my own version of this of this deck, but this is cool for sure. Yeah, this version is not completely boil proof. I just don't think the island offers all that much personally, and yeah, I just don't think the island offers that much, and you do bring in boils a lot. And I have played an island in this mana base, and I've had to boil away my own island, and this just doesn't feel very good. All right, now we're drawing like we deserve to. I guess I'll play around another bolt. I know I'd like the top card of my library, so I will keep it up there. Put that on the bottom, I think. It was important due to wildfires. I mean, you still have 2 mountains to get. I understand that that's the argument. I should probably say that. I get it. I get that's why you play the island. But I just don't agree that it's that necessary. You still have 2 mountains. Well, you have Cascade. You have 4 Cascade bluffs in the deck, so I'm not sure how often you're getting cut off of blue. I've played a lot of this deck, and I'm just not cut off by blue very often by Wildfire and Flagstones. Am I maybe just maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my take, I guess. I certainly get the attitude. Yeah, Counterbalance has been pretty good for me, Dio. I've won a PTQ with this deck. I went 9-1 with this deck on Wednesday. We 5-0'd our first league today. Now we're 2-1 in the second league. Just really, really liking this list. Just Mystic Sanctuary, I think, is very, very good with Counterbalance. Opponent probably concedes to 3 Angels here. Although, because the boils are going to be a problem for this game, right? In the Terminuses and the Paths, or the Condemns, but I think we leave in Path for their combo. Tails in counters Kiki Jiki, but that's basically it. Torpor Orb stops their combo and also stops Snapcaster. It's probably worth 2 copies. I'm gonna play 1 Gust. I think Temu was only playing 2 Boil. I don't know if our opponent is. I think they have Jace. I'm not sure. I can't remember. His hand barely changed. I'll keep this one. We have an opt. What happened to Graveyard and Sideboard? Not relevant. So Torpor Orb is good against the Upsol spells deck. Because it stops Narcomoeba from triggering Sword of the Meek. So beyond Graveyard Hate is not, I think, the way to beat Uro. And you can beat Dredge without Graveyard Hate, although of course it is easier if you do play Graveyard Hate. But we beat Dredge earlier today with no graveyard hate. So yeah, I just don't think it's necessary. If you do feel like you want to play some, I would recommend playing. Alright, I think I value the Torpor Orb less than the Counterbalance, so I'll play this first. This also doesn't get disputed if that's what they have. If you want to play Graveyard Hate, play Grafdigger's Cage. Snapcaster is certainly relevant. I'm not super interested in pathing, all that aggressively. Fair enough. What have I done? What monster have I created? Oh, Timu is here. Awesome. Torpor Orb is pure evil. What is this clip?
Yeah, I think we can keep another Vivian on top. Thank you, sweetie.
Who is Vivian?
No. Yeah, I think we can keep another
Man,
Vivian on top. Thank you, sweetie.
guys, raise your hand in chat if you remember the old room.
Yeah, I think we can keep.
I really miss that Athena liked to be on the couch in the old room. She liked to be on the couch behind me. We got to interact with Athena a lot, and she just doesn't like her dog bed that's down there very much. So I think I need to get her a couch for here. I have one Aether Gust in. It's like only good against Boyle though. I guess it's fine against. It's good against Kiki. But I think that most of their deck is blue. All right, we'll take a land. Obviously, an untapped land would be way better. No, I've been in this room. I've been in this room for like 5 months now. Time is really flying. But I've been full time for like 5 months, I think. Maybe it's been 4, but I think it's 5. Yeah, COVID just makes time feel so weird. Boyle is pretty good in this matchup, guys. Boyle is pretty good. I think I'm gonna say I'm not playing around Force. Yeah, cool. I don't think I'm Miracling Entreat, but I'll just give myself the option to. Oh, maybe I wanted to keep the op to pitch to the Force. That was probably a mistake. Alright, I think we can't fight over this. Because we just lose to Boyle. Maybe I'm playing too scared because I think like Timu only plays 2 Boyle, I think. If Timu's still in chat, can maybe confirm. But I feel like if our opponent has a card that says 4 mana win the game in their deck, playing around it has value. Okay, I'm gonna remand my own charm. Nice little 2-for-1. Still a Force up for a Boyle. Although they know about the Force. Alright, let's see if we find a land off of the opt. The bottom. Now we can play Torpor Orb with Charm up still. Yeah, 3 2-for-1s is pretty good. We were on the play though. Isn't it Braid? I think that's fine. 1-for-1s are good when you've gotten 3 2-for-1s. I mean, I haven't double checked my math, but pretty content with that, I think. Yeah, am I saying your name right, Timu? Feel free to, of course, make an angry YouTube video about me if I'm not. It's always encouraged. I'm always looking to start new beefs with content creators to increase my own clout. That guy knows what I'm about. It's kind of a weird line to cast the Snapcaster after the orb, right? I do, Ojitai. Esther is the only one I am legally allowed to call daddy. And she hates it for some reason. They've got 4 cards in their hand. I think I'm going to just cast Entreat for 1, which they do just kind of have to answer. We still have Gust up, and, you know, one thing I... Wait, did I mistap? One thing I like about this play is it lets us just Sanctuary. We don't really care so much about this Entreat resolving because we just get to Sanctuary it back a couple times. And we have Installation against their combo with the Orb. Remand is the card we don't want to see here. But if they just counter this, that's fine. Although this was also a mistake. They should have stolen the Angel token instead of countering it. I'm not sure how hard I'm going to fight over this. We'll see what they have to fight this. So if we Entreat for 2, can we still play Teferi? Yes, we can. So if they have like a Force or a Remand, I'll probably fight. Yeah, but just against counter target spell, I'm not that bothered. Okay, I get to jam my Teferi here. They've got 2 cards in their hand. If one of them's a counter spell, maybe they can get something going. Didn't feel too likely to me though. So they need a burn spell to kill this, and we have Gust for Bolt if they let us untap the mana. If they don't Bolt like right now. Okay. Orb putting in some work. As a vegan, I'm offended by beef. No! It's been a good run. Guess I'm canceled now. Ooh, getting aggro. I think I respect it. I think it's not going to win the game for them, but I respect it. We're pretty well set up to win this fight. And we're at, 4, not 3. So my opponent's upkeep, I'm going to play Omen, Miracle Entreat, and probably just make 3 Angels. Maybe we make more than that, because we only have 1 spell up if we make 3 anyways. Yeah, I mean, this leaves up, like, we could leave up Gust and not Charm. I think leaving up Charm is a bit better. Alright, Angels. Angels on the battlefield. My favorite movie. Although 4th Angel, like, lets us attack. Because, like, right now we maybe have a hard time attacking because of burn spells, or, like, even, like, a hasty Kiki-Jiki is a threat. Why did I float mana? It eats the chess clock. Floating mana is good if our opponent does something in our instep. If they want to do something on our instep, I want the floating mana to, like, cast a counter spell. And, this is also game 3, and I have 14 minutes on my chess clock. I think it'll be okay. Oh boy. I forgot that they're playing this card. We don't have a ton of targets for Gust, so, but maybe we should have brought in more Gusts because they are playing this card. They put it on the bottom. I guess it doesn't draw a card. It's kind of cool. Timu, if you're still in the chat, is Orb just like super duper sick? Is it just like really good? This is fine, right? We just, if they have bolts, we force that and get to kill 2 Snapcasters. Yeah. Alright, I don't think I need... I mean, I could maybe just sack Omen on top of the mana. Keep both of these. Pretty interesting. Yeah, just in general, like, is Crackling Drake good? Interesting does sound about right. Card is very powerful. Lagging a bit. Yeah, I think our internet sputtered out for a second, but we're still here. Can I explain not boarding in all the gusts? So my impression of the list, and maybe I was wrong, is that they would leave in like maybe 2 lightning bolts, bring in 2 boils, and have like 2 Kiki Jikis. And so with the majority of their cards being blue, I didn't want to really draw 2 Aether Gusts, probably. And Gust is also just like not that good an answer to Boil, because they just like end of turn Gust, or end of turn Boil, you Gust it, and they can untap and Boil again. But I forgot about the Crackling Drake, so if I had remembered Crackling Drake, I probably would have brought in more Boil, or if I had remembered the Magmatic Sinkhole. We know we want to draw both cards, so I'll do that. Cast the Omen on my turn, because it's basically 0 mana. I guess I'll keep a path. Who would win? 4 Snapcaster Mages or 1 Torpor Orb? Yeah, the gang's all here. Yeah, keeping the second path plays perfectly around Snapcaster number 4. Sorry to do this to you, Timu. Okay, I was gonna do a bit where I like Google is 1 equal to 0 and then say I crunch the numbers, but I feel like that would be a BM and just like wasting my opponent's time, so I'm not gonna take the 30 seconds it would take to do that, even though it would be very, very funny and entertaining. We'd all have a laugh. But 1 is not 0, I just don't think we need to counter the bolt. So this is basically the only time that a Jace Brainstorm is better than a +2, because you can exile all your opponent's permanents, but it's basically always right to +2 otherwise. Dude, if their last card is Lightning Bolt, that would be so cool. Is there a uncounterable damage spell for 1 mana? I don't think so. Maybe. Oh, there's a card. There's a card. It's a land. When it enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to your opponent. The colorless land, whatever that card's called. That was their out. I think we can keep this. Obviously, the Terminus is a bit awkward. Should have played Delta, be fine. Well, they only had one card in there. Or they only had a total of 2 cards there, right? Would I be annoyed if someone started a Twitch channel called Inspiring Spike? No. I'd be furious. Annoyed would not even begin to scratch the surface of my feelings. My fury would be unparalleled, and my my wrath would be swift and total. You wanted to increase your blue on top Manosaurus. Oh yeah, that's a good point. You're playing Serum Visions in your list, and I'm not in the Breach deck. Actually, I think that does matter a lot. Opponent might be playing the Jeskai deck. If there were a modern PT tomorrow, what would I bring? I don't know. Probably either this deck or Jeskai. That's what I've been playing the most of and winning the most with. I think I'm gonna play Jeskai in tomorrow's showcase, but maybe I'll play this. What if I started a channel called Mohan Everett? Be a little worse. Is this a Dennis Reynolds speech? Kinda, I guess. I think Jeskai is really good. But I've been having pretty similar win rates with both Jeskai and Miracles lately, so hard to say for sure which one you want to be on. With my opponent missing a land drop, I think I'm pretty happy to just untap and play a land. I don't want to give them like more targets for a Remand, I think. I think I want to Remand this. Remanding this kind of puts it on my opponent to do something on their next turn, you know? If they don't hit a land, they either play a spell or they go to discard. They elect to go to discard. And that's just free card advantage, baby. I really like that Remand here just like puts the card right back in our opponent's hand. And you know, they're kind of just in the same spot they were last turn. Without, you know, too much they can even do about this. They have another bolt. Play something now. If we play a Snapcaster, I may just charm it. We can't beat that. Oh, we have the out. We have our one out here. Oh no! If we charm, they're gonna just. I'm of course goofing a bit. But if we charm the shark, they're gonna path it, I think. So I'm just gonna draw 2. And we can probably take 1 hit off the shark, but I'm not too interested in going to 6. Okay, well, it's kind of a freebie. So they path their shark, I bet. Oh, no. Okay. For me, when I play against Grinder, I play differently, like a little looser. Do I think being a trophy leader gives you a competitive edge? Maybe. I don't know. Like, if that is the case, if people do just like play worse against people with a reputation, it's, you know, I haven't noticed a difference really in my opponent's play since I've gotten a reputation, I should say. No, I haven't always had a reputation, but I haven't seen like a discernible difference. I have absolutely no clout at all. Just a small time F&M hero. The bar is real low, it seems. The bar is real low these days. They target... It's just one of my paid actors. I don't know. There's also like the competitive disadvantage of like having to talk to chat, or you know, as much as I love it, you know, it is. I play better when I'm not streaming as opposed to streaming, so there's also that to factor into if this is a conversation worth having. Does streaming make you a better player? Just streaming, not playing more because of streaming? No, it makes you a worse player. Like you know, we have 469, which is a pretty nice number of people, you know, that I'm trying to talk to and entertain and put on a show, and that just is a distraction, you know. It's not a huge deal, and I do think that I, you know, have an affinity for talking well out my lines, but it's not. It doesn't make things easier. I opened a full set again. It's been so long. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to or not. Yeah, I was supposed to upkeep Omen. I mean, we've got them down to 1. They can't crack fetches anymore. It looks like they're playing my Jeskai list, which hasn't been playing sweepers. Losing this game would be wild. I think they're making they're going to wildfire their hope to draw a path off the wildfire, I think. Good line. If they're playing -75, they're only playing 2 paths. But you know how control players like to, you know, tweak a bit. So I think right now they're realizing they have Lightning Helix, but Helix doesn't save them, so they're just trying to find a way out, realizing there isn't one, and they'll concede in like 2 seconds. It's kind of, I think, everything that just happened there. Do I play too much Magic online? No. I think I just called that perfectly, which feels great. Yeah, I'm stream sniping my opponent, Reed, or maybe they're, you know, my paid actor. I'll never tell. I kind of want to play the first gust before the third path. Yeah, it's easy when I write the script. That's right, actually, because they're on the snap beat plan a lot. I think I want 2 path for sharks. Although it looks like I don't have time. Where can I buy the script for this stream? The control variants for the copycat decks, but I think it's okay. It certainly looks really fun. I'm gonna mulligan this. The sand's like fine, but we just have two of our worst cards. Like you kind of want to draw these later in the game. It's good to have an answer for Shark Typhoons. Although it's not a very good one. But they like protect your planeswalker. The paths protect your planeswalkers. 1 to 10, how good am I seriously? I'm feeling great today. Feeling great. I put myself at a 7. But how does one ever beat this? Usually find conversations about how good of a Magic player people are exhausting. Like how good you are is super duper dependent on the format you're playing and how much you've played a particular format or how much your skill set like connects with the format. And formats change so often that you might be really good at one, really bad at another. And wow. Some things will click, some things won't. Good is so hard to like evaluate as well. I usually find those conversations exhausting. I'm bottom both of these, I guess. Can I improve? Everyone can always improve. I mean, like, what do you want me to say in response to how much, right? Like, how am I supposed to quantify, though, how much I could improve? How does anybody know how much better they can be? How is Spellstar in the meta? I think it's fine. Not the best it's ever been, but certainly playable. Now, a big part of, like, times when you've been playing for as long as I have, you just have blind spots in your game that are really hard to identify because they've been blind spots for a long time. That shit, but this is so good against us, this Cryptic Command Stone Rain plan. Okay, I'm gonna bring in the Timely for the Gust. I don't think I did a very good job playing around it. Matchup. Yeah, I also really want to play zombies. I think I'm going to play zombies instead of rogues, but I do expect one day we'll play rogues again. Only at the top of my Magic game. No. There have been different formats and different... There are different formats I felt more on top of, and I feel like in 2016 was probably when I felt I was playing at my absolute best. But I was also like... Now I was real young and I was more active and I just feel like I had more energy. And I had more endurance, I suppose, was really like the key there. I just had a lot of endurance for these tournaments that I don't know that I necessarily still have. Why concede there? I just 104.3A, man. Play around it. I didn't even realize they fetched Mystic Sanctuary. That's just got to be a misclick. It's got to be a misclick. I think I'm not gonna play around Tail's End. Really wish I could find a Counterbalance. That's like our most important card in the matchup. Hoping they don't force this. You just Miracle this again next turn, of course. And just say, well, I'm going to keep casting it if you want to keep countering it. So I'm going to get a Mystic Sanctuary targeting the Entreat the Angels, and with this trigger on the stack, I'll remand the Teferi. So then we get to force their Teferi, and then they'll be down to 4 cards, and we'll... Well, it's not that good. I don't think we play around a second. Good, they don't. Us. I'm also not sure that we force their Teferi because we just have, 4 Entreat the Angel tokens, right? One. I'll pitch the Nexus, even though Nexus is kind of cute with 4 Angel tokens. Seems a bit clunky. Angel, lest they die. Between me and my twin, which one's the evil twin? Probably my sister, to be honest. There's just this whole bit where she was like burning down farms and churches, and she was speaking a lot of Latin. It was wild. Going on like, so I'd say probably her. She was playing like mono. She was playing. So she would play Boggles too, Neo Brand. Say, Ruth, why don't you play a good deck like Twin? You might like Twin.